Wagwan me people, quick thing before we kick off. The views where you hear upon the Father to Father podcast, them strictly for why, the hosts, guests, and contributors. Them now represent Catholic Notebook, Spirit Stream Studios, the Diocese, University, or any affiliated groups. You see me? And remember, this podcast is strictly for adult ears, so listen up with discretion.
Welcome to Father, where life and faith meet, a place for the soul, where wisdom speaks. Hope in the message, strength in the beat. Welcome to Father, where life and faith meet.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. What's up?
It's another week. Hey, welcome to the Father podcast. I'm Dr. Giovanni, and with me is my right hand, my main man.
Father Greg Lambert.
Hey! Yo, so we try these new segments out in the intro just to see, like, what's good. Hey, so, I saw this. I was like, oh, I don't remember what I was watching when I saw this. I'm like, oh, that actually sounds kind of dope. Let's do this. So, Father Greg, you watch videos. Like,
Please be specific. We got way too many, like...
my bad, not videos. No, I'm talking about films. You like
movies?
films.
Are you talking about movies?
Movies.
What the heck? You watch videos? What the heck is wrong with dog?
I'm sorry. I'm an old 1950s knee slapper. Like, just
Oh my goodness.
Hey, back in the day we watched them cinemas.
with no audio in there and just little captions that said, "Ooh."
Hey, it was a good movie.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so New York Times put out their top 100 films of the 21st century.
Oh, okay.
All right? And since you're a big movie buff, here's my thing. I want to see if you can name any of them.
Any like out of 100?
Out of the 100. And if you can get like top 10s, bonus points for you. I'm not going to lie to you. I saw that I was watching I think I was watching the S&G and they did this and I was like, "Oh, that'd be kind of nice. See, just have a thing that has a set category and see how many you can guess." You only get 3 lives though.
Okay, so I just got to hit within the 100.
You got to hit within the 100. You only get 3 lives.
Okay, cool. Well, in that case, I'm gonna go broad and probably artsy and name some of the movies that seem kind of. I'm gonna get in trouble. Some of the movies that people say they like because they say it seems artsy if they like it.
All right, say less.
Pride and Prejudice.
The answer is no. You lost a life.
Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice is not on there. 21st century, my guy.
It is the 21st century.
Okay, whatever.
All right, so
Pride and Prejudice ain't on there.
okay, cool. And that is this globally or is this it's the New York Times? So it's just U.S.
International.
International?
It's domestic and international.
That's completely different. Okay, I gotta think about a popular movie.
Don't overthink it. Just don't overthink it.
I'm not overthinking because I said Pride and Prejudice, and that's pretty straightforward.
That's a deep cut. Come on, man. Don't overthink it.
Okay.
While Father Greg's thinking about it, open up your second browser. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and tell people you love us. You love us. That's Captain without or slash Father. That's Captain without or slash
F2F.
All right. So what's your answer?
Oh, Enter the Dragon.
No.
Bruce Lee didn't make it.
No.
Bruce. Okay, fine. Let's see.
You got 1 life left. Do you want a hint?
Sure.
Anime. Yeah, like old school anime that people go to is like, yo, that's
Princess Mononoke.
no.
What do you mean? Why is that so emphatic? That's a great movie, sir.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I get it. Nah, Ghibli Studio. Spirited Away.
Oh.
This is what I'm saying. I feel like you're just overthinking it. You lost all 3 lives. I feel like you're overthinking it.
That made it. Yes, it's a great one, but I don't understand why the other 3 didn't make it.
Don't think too hard. If you were just listing out movies that you think 21st century, what movies would you think?
Probably something from Phase 1 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Nah.
Thor Ragnarok didn't make it?
Nah, I don't think so. I didn't remember. I didn't even see it. No, did not make it.
Honestly, Wonder Man should be on that list. It was a great. It's not a movie; it's a series, but it's a great series.
You want to know, like, you were hitting it on the right track with like artsy, like movies that should have never gotten acclaim, but they
Like
made
The
acclaim.
Notebook, like that shouldn't be on that list.
I believe. Hold on, let's see. No, Notebook is not on the list.
That's good.
No, it's not on the list. But you know what is on the list? Brokeback Mountain.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, Brokeback Mountain. You know what number it is?
Somewhere in the 50s.
17.
Wow.
Yeah, Brokeback Mountain. 17.
Really strongly about that.
Yeah. Another one, Mad Max Fury Road. That's 11.
I mean, Mad Max, it's not that bad. I wouldn't say it's 11.
Spirited Away, 9.
Spirited Away is really good. I don't know if it's in the top 10.
Get Out, 8.
Get Out is 8?
Get Out is 8.
Okay, I think I got an idea of who voted for these.
Number 6, No Country for Old Men.
No Country for Old Men is a good movie.
But guess what number 5 is? Moonlight.
Moonlight?
Yeah. When you said artsy, I'm like, oh, he got this. But then you overthought it.
No, I didn't overthink it. I had the right idea. They overthought it. Like, what?
Guess what the number 1 movie is? If you had to just randomly guess, based on everything I said right now, what do you think the number 1 movie was for New York Times?
Ooh. Conclave?
Parasite.
Parasite got number 1?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So as Father Greg tries to wrestle with this, you ready to get started, man?
I guess.
Yo, Father Greg, Dr. G, what's good? I know it sounds clear, I know it's misunderstood. The story's wild, yes, out there, no doubt. But just lean in close, just hear me out. Hear me, hear me, hear me.
You ready for some Hear Me Outs?
Yeah.
You already know what it is. Hear Me Outs. 5 stars, you did nothing wrong. 1 star. We got Confessional Thursdays. If your church is doing Confessional Thursdays, let us know. CatholicNotebook.org/father. That's CatholicNotebook.org/
F2F.
Hear me out. Is it really bad if I'm just supporting him?
It could be.
Okay. I genuinely don't see the problem. I don't understand why everyone's trying to turn this into something dark. Evan and I have been together for 5 years, 5 solid years. We didn't rush anything. We built routines, trust, and a working life. Things are good until his sister, Lauren, decided that she needed to insert herself into our relationship. She started saying things like, I'm too involved, that I was changing him, that I was slowly poisoning him against his family, and I would be the death of him. I honestly thought she was joking at first. Poisoning? What do you mean poisoning? That's such an aggressive word for someone to use who literally moved their life around to take care of him. What actually happened is Evan got hurt. He broke his ankle badly. Turns out he has calcium absorption issue, something genetic, something he didn't even know about until it happened. So the injury took forever to heal. He couldn't work. He couldn't drive. He even couldn't stand in the shower without help. I have a good job. I told him, stay home, focus on recovery. That's what partners do. I took him to every appointment. I talked to the doctors. I handled insurance, the paperwork, the scheduling. I helped bathe him when he couldn't do it himself. I adjusted my work hours so he wouldn't be alone. Now, to me, none of that seems sinister. It feels responsible. Mm-hmm. And yes, I cook for him every night. Comfort food, his favorites, things that make him feel calm and safe instead of anxious and restless. I even started using this powder I get from a vendor from a local farmer's market.
What kind of powder is that, man?
Something with a long Scandinavian name with earthy and very old world for relaxation and inflammation.
You doing alchemy in the kitchen? What are we talking about?
You grind a little and mix it into stews and teas.
You don't know what it is?
Totally normal. I heard it from a yoga instructor once.
Oh my god!
It helped him rest, and it helped him stop twitching and overthinking and trying to do too much before his body was ready. I don't see why that's controversial. Resting is healing.
I want to hear the rest of this.
Lauren hates that I did this. She says I took over his life. She says he doesn't even talk about leaving anymore, like that's some type of crime. Of course he doesn't. He doesn't need to. He's comfortable. He's supported. He's not stressed out by people filling his head with ideas of independence.
Dog, is this a cry for help? What is going on?
Wait. This took a turn.
This took a dark turn. Oh my gosh. Are you okay?
About independence? When he barely walks down the stairs without pain, she keeps calling him, upsetting him, making him spiral. So I asked him if maybe it would be better to limit those conversations until he got stronger. That's not isolation. That's protecting him. Now everyone's acting like I'm the villain. I made sure he didn't fall apart when he was at his weakest. I didn't trap him. I didn't force him. I just made his world smaller and safer while he healed. If he doesn't want to leave after that, maybe that says more about how good our life is than anything else. I don't understand why caring so deeply is suddenly being treated like something dangerous. But hear me out. Is it really bad if I'm just supporting him?
Blink twice if you need help.
Dog? Do you need a recap?
I think we all do for, like, notation purposes so we don't go to jail. Like,
well, I mean, like it started off very benign. Like
it did, but about halfway through, my radar started going up, dog.
Yeah, I'm sitting there going like, huh, okay. Because she's just talking about like, yeah, his sister's crazy. She says I'm poisoning him.
Did she say how he broke his ankle?
Nah. She said it was a calcium deficiency.
Is there
a calcium absorption issue?
Genetic.
She said it was genetic.
I got questions about if it is genetic.
I don't think it's genetic, my guy.
Who else in their family has that calcium absorption issue?
I don't know.
That's what genetic would mean, right?
That becomes an issue. But anyway, he's talking about like, yo, is calcium absorption issue, all this stuff. And then she's like, yeah, and I cook. And then she threw this in like as if we were questioning it, right? Mm-hmm. She goes, and yeah, I cook meals for him every night. Like, no one was questioning you.
Yeah.
You're just telling us this thing.
Exactly.
And she goes like, yeah, I cook all his favorite foods, the things that make him feel safe and less anxious. And I started using this powder I get from a vendor with this long Scandinavian name. Something very old world and earthy that I heard about from my yoga instructor who helped him get less anxious.
See, there was no reason to say that. If she would have never said that, my ears would have never perked up.
Right?
But also, just before that, making him food that makes him less anxious, I'm sorry, but I don't have a whole lot of foods that make me anxious. Like, what are you cooking in your daily life that's like, yo, this is going to ramp you up once I give it to you? Like, that's not, like, there's
these chicken wings are too wild for you. Wait till you eat this chicken wings. Like, nah. Like
if you got to say it like that, like, the food I'm going to give you is going to calm you down and make you less anxious and make you feel safe. My food shouldn't make me feel safe.
But it's like comfort food. It's like food that you
That's
enjoy.
different. Because she just said, yo, poisoning is such an aggressive word. So she's got to be understanding of the words that she's using.
That's true.
I know.
She legit said poisoning is such an aggressive word.
So why would you say that the food needs to make you feel safe? Are you in danger? Like, someone do a wellness check on this man.
What is going on? And the sister is aggressive. So they're like, don't isolate him from his family. Don't take him. Like, you're poisoning him. And then wait, hold on. I'm rereading this. It's like that I was poisoning him against his family.
Why would that be the thing? Why would that be the accusation?
Poisoning him against the family. I thought it was, but poison is an aggressive word that someone could literally. Did she say his family or his food? Are you poisoning his food?
Exactly.
Are you poisoning his food?
And why would you say that's an aggressive word? You should just say, "Yo, that's not true. That's an outlandish comment."
Like,
but
what?
that's an aggressive word. What I'm not really poisoning. What I'm doing is giving him supplements that keep him closer to me. Like, yo, that.
Yeah, and just because he's not talking about leaving me anymore, like, wait, because she said that at one point, like, oh, he's not talking about leaving. I'm giving you a 2, mainly because I fear for my own safety that I'm not going to give you a 1. But
The only reason I'm not going to give her a 1 is because I don't have enough proof. But I feel like we all kind of know what's happening here, and I don't want my safety to be.
that's why I gave her a 2. I feel like it's a fair based on the situation. We have a lot of questions. If you'd like to write in and be like, "Hey, here's the clarification, so it's not weird and all that stuff," like that's great. But right now, what it sounds like is you broke his ankle when he wasn't looking, and then it came out later, like, "Oh, you got a broken ankle. That's why you can't walk." He's like, "Dang!" And it was right around the time y'all two were supposed to like split. And you weren't having good, and then all of a sudden you started caretaking him, and now he has Stockholm syndrome because he's been a prisoner in his own apartment and he can't leave. It's weird when you break your ankle, because when you break your ankle, you can't leave, you can't do anything, and you got to depend on someone. It's not like a broken leg, because a broken leg is different. You can get crutches for a broken leg.
Yes.
Not a broken ankle, because you can't put weight on that.
Which is interesting because, wouldn't it make sense that if you're going to separate from an individual, that you would take someone else with you to the doctor? Or you allow someone else to take you to the doctor to give this other person a break?
But she does all the appointments.
She does all the appointments.
She speaks to the doctors.
Yes.
She's been doing it for 5 years. When did he break his ankle? Was that earlier this year? Or
It
was
took
that
5 years to heal his ankle?
It's still not healed.
How? How does it take 5 years to not blink if you need help, sir?
It's still not healed. These are questions that we have. Hold on, I gotta look up right now. How long does it take? Let's ask. How long does it take to heal an ankle? We need to get to the bottom of this.
For real though,
it takes 1 week for minor sprains, 6 months. Broken ankle, 12 to 16 weeks.
that don't sound like it. 12 to 16 weeks.
If your ankle does not heal in 5 years, why is that? We asking AI right now because we got to get to the bottom of this. If your ankle has not healed in 5 years, it's typically classified as a chronic ankle pain or instability. It suggests that the initial injury either did not heal correctly or has led to degenerative changes.
But wouldn't a doctor be able to? But at some point, wouldn't that news have to go to his family?
Right? Could you be eating something that prevents healing?
With some yoga stuff gonna pop up.
Yeah, right?
Realign your chakras.
Certain eating habits have chronic inflammation that prevents healing properly and prevents tissue to repair and bones to remodeling.
I wonder if any of those are Scandinavian. Kind of old world, earthy.
Old world, earthy Scandinavian names? Like, you know what? Let's end it there.
Yeah.
Hey, we gave a 2. We gonna start a rabbit hole we don't really want to get into.
Nope.
We care about our ankles and we care about our lives. So let us know. CatholicNoble.org/father, CatholicNoble.org/father. Did we get it right? Did we get it wrong? Hey, and if you're listening to this, because I know you are, let us know. Give us more context, because right now it sounds real shady.
It sounds real shady. You're going to be the reason why I can't eat anything that a new parishioner gives me.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm a big fan of the show. Here are these cupcakes. Nope. Does this have anything to do with any Scandinavian powders?
It's like, how'd you know? I found this at the farmer's market.
Man.
Yo, Father Greg, Dr. G, what's good? I know it sounds clear, I know it's misunderstood. The story's wild, yes, out there, no doubt. But just lean in close, just hear me out. Hear me, hear me.
Back when I needed a man, All I got handed was traps. Said, boy, go be great, but gave me no pass, so I bled from the faith I ain't know I still had. Good advice don't come cheap. Real ones ran wisdom, don't tweet. Now I walk through the dark, trying not to repeat the same fake love that they handed to me. They come to me now like I know the route. Big bro, what's the play? Can you help me out? And I tried not to laugh, but I see myself back when I was broke, begging somebody else. Ain't no manual for this, just pressure and heat. You get burnt by the ones that you thought brought peace. Told my little man, don't believe what you see. Even angels fall.
All right, so as
when
father
they
advice, you already know what it is. People send in their questions. They go in batches. They're kind of like themes and everything like that. We're going to get through as many as we can, and then whatever we have left over, we have left over. All right. This one theme is like just dealing with difficult people. Okay, this one comes from Phoenix, Arizona. Also, I don't want another email from people talking about like, oh, did it say Dear Father Greg and Dr. Gio? Who was the letter actually written to? Just assume it was both of us. Just let it be. Let it be.
Sounds better.
You know what? I'm tired of you. This one comes from Phoenix, Arizona. I'm writing because I'm struggling with a coworker who's difficult in a very normal way, interrupting in meetings, correcting me publicly, forwarding emails almost on purpose just to say per my last email. I've been trying to stay calm and professional. It's exhausting. This person is also my sponsor in RCIA and keeps reminding me that humility is my formational focus.
Whoa.
Which somehow keeps coming up right after he humiliates me in front of the team. What do I do? Because I'm losing charity and I'm losing hope in this whole process of becoming a Catholic.
Wow. My gosh. Okay. That's a great question. My goodness. First and foremost, I want to start by saying that sucks that this is happening. I have a question about this person being a sponsor for them for RCA. Are they a chosen sponsor or were they just assigned to them by?
I don't know. It just says they're my sponsor for RCA. So it could be a situation where they just assign the person. Because like he works with her or she works with him or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we technically don't know if they're man or woman.
That's what I'm saying. They just work together.
My goodness. Okay. Well, there's a couple of things here. One, because we don't know the sex of the individual, I'm not going to say any of the gender stuff because usually I would say like, it's a possibility that this can be between a man or a woman or two men or two women and there's different aspects of relationality between the two. But since I can't say that, I'll just go with this. First and foremost, if this is happening, there's probably some form of grandiose power scale this person feels like they have over you.
Right.
And as if, yes, they are in a way a formator, but more of an example than they are a formator. And let me tell you what I mean by this. When a young man goes to seminary, he has people on the formation team. They are formators. They are priests and or sisters that are seen as individuals to not just model themselves after, but to at least make sure that they stay on the straight and narrow. They're the first person that they go to if like, hey, I have an issue with this, or someone who's another formator wants to address this individual directly, they will go to their formator, almost their own representative, and say, hey, this person or someone in the house says you might have a problem with cleanliness. The reason being is because every time you go to the kitchen to make yourself some food, you don't wash your dishes and you leave them there overnight. Yes, I understand that they're soaking, but everyone else has to use that kitchen. So you not washing your dishes looks like you're being irresponsible and being kind of a slob. So that's just what they said. I think it'd be important because in community life, you need to be able to wash your dishes. So please clean up after yourself, and then that's going to solve the problem. That'll be a responsible way that a formator would come and give you fraternal correction. Right. What's happening here is this individual is going to your workplace and trying their best to just
they just work there.
Yeah, they work there.
Yeah.
Sorry, is what I meant to say. This person works with you in another aspect, not church related, very secular related, and is using that aspect of trying to offer some form of formational feedback at your job, at your workplace, in an inappropriate fashion. Like, the church would not look at this and say, oh, it's totally okay that they did this because they're your sponsor and your sponsor has control of your life. It can do something like that to embarrass you. At no point within the church are we trying to actively embarrass people in order to teach them something? For example, let's look at the scriptures. The people that Jesus usually went the hardest against was always the scribes and Pharisees. The reason that being because they weren't the crowds of people who couldn't read and were illiterate. They weren't the poor. They weren't the destitute. They weren't the prostitutes. They weren't the people who were lost. They weren't the people who had bad reputations or tax collectors. The reason being is that those people didn't have the understanding of the law. Those people didn't have all of the church background on what they're supposed to be doing. Those people just wanted to know that someone loved them, that someone cared about them, that someone saw their suffering and didn't want them to live in that suffering for the rest of their life. Jesus looked at them and not just had pity on them, but his heart was moved in a way that he wanted to save them and have an interaction with the living God. That's who Jesus was. The reason Jesus went hard against the scribes and the Pharisees is because they knew what they were doing. They had the background of the law and the understanding of what they were supposed to do, and they decided either to not do it or to hold it over someone's head in order to go ahead and make themselves feel better. That's what's happening here. So what I would suggest in this situation is that you would go to whoever the pastor is or whoever the associate is and say, hey, I have an issue, and tell them this exact situation and tell them, I really think it would be better for my formation to have someone else as a sponsor. Is that possible? Or if it's not possible, can I please have the next time we do RCIA or OCIA as we would call it now, to have someone else in the room to make sure that this is going appropriately? I don't want to start an issue. I want to become Catholic because I feel like I'm supposed to be doing this, but this individual is making it really hard for me to do that.
Mm-hmm. And you know, at the end of the day, for me, the biggest thing is like suffering in silence is not holy.
Yes.
Like, and that's always been my problem with seminary is a lot of times you're forced to suffer it in silence because by speaking up, you can make yourself a target. And it's ridiculous. It shouldn't ever be a thing. But suffering in silence is not holy. And especially in your situation as a layperson, like, hey, listen, this is another person. If you're not going to take that level of disrespect, like internally, if you're sitting there going like, yo, I have an issue with this, that's when you pull that person aside and like, listen,
yeah,
I'm trying to be Catholic. I get it. But right now, this is what you were doing. Yes. Not like how I feel or whatever. This is what you were doing. This is what you're saying to me. That's inappropriate.
Yeah.
That's inappropriate. And, you know, people talk about boundaries all the time and all this stuff. But remember, boundaries are for you. They're not for other people. So, like, if you're going to put a boundary for yourself and say, like, yo, I'm not going to be disrespected like this, then you have to make hard decisions, which means, hey, you know what? I'm going to have to talk to somebody. I'm going to have to say something. And maybe he's not doing it in front of the RCIA people because that's a different crowd and understands, like, hey, if I say that in front of people, I'm going to be caught out of pocket. But at the same time, I'm just going to, if I'm just giving charity, I also know situations where people are put in positions of authority in the religious context and they don't know how to translate that authority properly.
Correct.
And so something like, yeah, I'm helping you with humility gets perversed. And it's like, oh, well, you need humiliating situations because this week we're focusing on humility. Yes. And next week we're focusing on charity. So I'll provide you with situations under stress where you can deal charitable.
Yeah.
But it's such a, like, the person that's doing it is not realizing that, no, that's not what we mean by that. Let them live their life. And then they're going to come to you and say, like, hey, this is what's going on in my life. Not create the circumstances for these things to happen.
Exactly. Or you would hate to be in a situation where you're a new priest or a new deacon and an individual comes to give you an interview about where you are in your summer assignment or where you are in any other assignment and says, now tell me how you screwed up. Verbatim, that question. That would be really unfortunate.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people who don't know how to handle power. This I always say it's stupid to say that absolute power corrupts absolutely. Mm-hmm. It's a very low-hanging fruit, and it's completely dumb. Because if you really think about it, if you were a crappy person without power, you're going to be an even worse person. You just now have power. That's all it is. It's an amplifier of traits that you already have. Because here's my thing. If absolute power corrupts absolutely, then we should never have people in positions of power that were really good throughout history.
Yeah.
That should have never happened.
We shouldn't have saints.
But yet, you know, we only love to cherry pick when things are incorrect. I don't know. That's my whole thing. I personally think you need to speak up. Suffering in silence isn't a good thing. And listen, is it going to be hard? Yes.
Yeah, it'll be uncomfortable.
Is it going to be uncomfortable? Hell yeah. Is it the right thing to do? That is for
Yes.
you to decide. I'm not going to even say that. This is my training as a counselor kicking in, and as a psychologist, I'm like, I'm not going to make that decision for you. You got to decide for yourself whether or not it's worth it. Because sometimes it might just be worth it to just not say anything. Because for you, you've decided it's better for me not to say anything, get through these 3 months and never talk to that person again, than it is for me to cause this issue because now I'm jeopardizing X, Y, and Z. How many times in seminary have you heard a seminarian say that?
Yeah.
I mean, that becomes a thing. And you sit there and go, it couldn't be me, Chief.
Yep.
Like, I will stomach X, Y, and Z, but let that person do to me what they did to you. It's on site.
Game over.
But in other situations, you're like, well, I'm not going to say anything about that. And they're like, it couldn't have been me. And you're like, dog, ain't you just? And it's a different thing, different qualities for different people. All right. Any other thoughts on that?
Nope.
All right. Let's try to get to 2 more and then we'll head out. All right.
Okay.
This one comes from Cleveland, Ohio. I need some advice, fellas, on handling a neighbor who complains constantly about noise. Parking, lawn height, you name it. I wore a blue shirt yesterday. She complained about that too.
To who?
I'm trying to be accommodating, but she's the head of the HOA and the president of the community club. And she sits on all the parish councils. How do I show charity to an individual who has made it their purpose in life to provide me with irritation at worst and suffering mentally at best?
Okay. Well, at the risk of someone quoting me either incorrectly or even worse, quoting me correctly for a bad situation, I would say my last quote that charity is not free stupidity.
Facts.
I would also say that charity in the situation, especially with a difficult person, is always easier to give the more understanding you have of that individual. I'm not saying, because I know who our clientele is, I'm not saying that you go into a deep dive of this person's background or life, but often the ones who continuously complain are crying out in pain from a wound they have. Usually these individuals are people who are deeply wounded and have something. Everyone has their own thing, but this person is working through something.
Right.
This person had a rough life growing up. This person doesn't like themselves. This person is lonely. This person is angry inside. This person has a wound that is coming out through the things that they do. Now, mind you, the ones who are the head of every council are usually either very helpful or there's a reason that they're the head of every council. The person who is the leader of the HOA, the person who is incredibly resourceful, who knows what they're doing, who's competent, those are great qualities to have, but those are also ways of disguising loneliness. Those are people who have to have someone come to them. Yes, it's power. Yes, it's notoriety, but that person now has to interact with them. This person is probably deeply lonely.
Yep.
And so if you play to that loneliness, I'm not saying use their loneliness against them, but show them, one, you're not here to threaten any of their positions or take away their loneliness or take away the power that they have, but also, two, interact with them in a way that says you see that they're lonely. I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you really want to go ahead and attack the problem, that's how I would go about it. I would sit down, invite them to a drink, and be like, hey, tell me about your background. Tell me about your life. Like, I know you probably don't know much about me. Maybe you've heard some things, but here's who I am. Here's my background. This and that, third. Now, this is going to take a lot of time. This is also going to take humility. If you're not willing to be patient about this, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing if you're not, then you could also go the opposite route of ignoring them completely, or just having sit-down conversation and be like, hey, I don't want you to be commenting on me or complaining about me. Please just leave me alone. That is more the nuclear option because that's going to probably make it worse.
You see, and Father Greg is telling you, take the time to whatever. Yo, I'm just going to tell you this for free. Go up to the person, right? Like, next time you're out and about doing your business in the middle of whatever, just go up to the person. What's your problem with me? Ask the question, because this is the thing. It always catches people off guard. It's the one fundamental question. They're like, what is your problem with me? And they go, I don't have a problem with you. It's like, yes, you do. Every single time I'm doing this, you do this. If I sneeze the wrong way, you're in my business. You are not in anybody else's business, but you're in my business. And then you have the audacity to turn around during the week to be on these parish councils and doing the same thing, acting like, oh yeah, nothing's wrong. So what is it about me that you don't like? Just explain to me what you don't like. And if you don't like anything about it, like if it's not me, it's not the situation, then I need you to back off. Because right now you're crossing so many red lines that I have. And I'm trying my best not to make this a situation bigger than it is. But every single time, and notice I said red lines, not boundaries, right? It's red lines. Because a red line is a rule. A red line is a rule. Because if I say, if you do X, I will do Y. That's a red line. That's a red line.
But can a red line still exist if that person didn't know that red line was there?
Yes, it can. It can. Because there are some red lines that are universal.
Correct. But is this universal in this situation?
And that's why I'm saying just address it directly. What's your issue with me? Because if it's a perception thing on your part, having that abrupt, hey, can you tell me what your issue is? And you don't got to be mean about it. You be like, hey, I hear what you're saying, but can you tell me what your issue is with me right now? Because every time it's been this, and it's all ticky-tack stuff, and you're always coming to me. So I need to know right now if you have something personal with me or if you're just trying to use me as an easy target because you don't have anything else going on in your life. Which one is it? And they might feel offended. They might do whatever, and that's their right. But at the end of the day, it's now addressed. But the thing is, psychologically, once you address a situation with someone, it's very hard for them to repeat that behavior again because the behaviors persist because it's a pattern.
Right.
I know I'm not going to get any resistance because I'm going to push on you. But the moment I have to justify why I'm doing what I'm doing, now if I push on you again, you're going to ask for justification.
Yes.
And I may or may not have that level of justification.
Yes.
And that may open up a can of worms. Because what happens if you come to the meeting and you ask for justification in front of people and I have no way to justify why I did what I did? This is where that pattern comes into play. That's all I'm saying.
And there you have it. 2 different ways to approach the situation.
Right.
The choice is yours.
Also, I got to say this. We are not advocating that you punch anybody in the face and be like, hey, what's your problem?
Exactly.
We are not advocating violence.
And then quoting my name as this person's on the floor talking about Father Greg said it's cool. Like that. Don't do
please
that. Don't
do that. Yo, we don't got time for another one. So, but that's good. We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. No violence, please.
Don't assault anybody and don't put Scandinavian powders in their food either.
Scandinavian.
Never ask for advice and they laugh at you or worse. They give it with strings attached. I learned some people don't help to help. They help to hold you. So be careful who speaks over your soul. Cause not every God told me came from God. Not every I got you means you're safe. Some just wanna wear your story like a chain. Good advice is a treasure map buried in pain. Real truth ain't loud, it don't chase fame. Now I write what I needed, tattooed in flame. For the next lost soul walking out of that rain.
Okay. Got the Nova research team. Did the 1-2 thing, right? And ask people like, so there's this trend going online like, hey, fellas, hey, women, explain something in your life, but in terms that the other gender wouldn't understand. So like, hey, fellas, explain your love life, but talk to it like in football terms. Or hey, ladies, explain your relationships right now, but talk about it in makeup terms.
Yes.
So we went to the priest and said, hey, yo, priest, explain your parish life right now, but talk to us in like biblical ecclesiastical terms that your parish parishioners would understand.
I already got you.
Yeah, for real.
I got a hot red Ferrari, but the check engine light's on, and the person who was driving put a little post-it note over the check engine light with a smiley face and said nothing's wrong. And proceeded to floor it, my guy.
Oh my gosh. Yo. All right, here, I got some for you. Ready? Everything collapsed. Everyone assumes I angered God. Plot twist, I'm not the bishop. You're like, yo, they begged to be freed. immediately missed Egypt, and now I'm the villain for taking them along.
That's good.
I delivered the message faithfully, and I get blamed for its existence.
That's why I always say, you asked me a question, I gave you the answer, now you're mad at me because you don't like the answer to the question you asked.
Exactly. Why you ask the question for? Hey, yo, the next one. No king, no order, no working bathroom. Somehow, I'm responsible for the chaos.
That bathroom's going to cost $30,000 though.
Hey, right?
Like one toilet.
Everyone wants resurrection, but ain't nobody want breath.
What?
You don't get that?
No.
Everybody wants to be like resurrected, but ain't nobody actually want to breathe.
Oh, like maybe like the act of breathing every single day?
Yeah.
Like the labor of breathing?
Like the labor of actually breathing. They just want to be resurrected in that moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's a reference to Ezekiel. Man, your stomach is really getting it.
I don't know.
That's wild. All right. My parish life is like the parable of the sower and the seed. My parish life is like the parable of the sower. The seed is fine. The soil has options.
Their son's t-ball, their daughter's soccer game.
And then on that note, someone else also said that. It's like, yo, the seed, debatable. The soil, too opinionated.
That's funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Too opinionated. The seed is debatable. Sometimes the seed is debatable.
It's like the seed
Sometimes
debatable.
I've heard. Never mind.
You can't be saying that online.
Never mind.
You can't be saying that on main. Yo, I didn't want this assignment. I showed up anyways, and I'm still the problem. Oh, jeez. Someone said, this is a priest. My parish life is like the wedding at Cana. Everybody's out of wine and looking at me like I'm the one who planned it this way.
That's why you need a good sacristan.
Hey, right? For real. Right, a few more and then we get out of here. Everyone's constantly talking of renewal. Zero interest in communal discipline.
Oh.
I feel like yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. He hit you with the knowledge. He's like, everybody wants to be renewed, but ain't nobody want to be disciplined. Next one. My parish life is like a Tower of Babel.
Oh, no.
Everybody's speaking, no one understands, and meetings are longer than necessary.
That's fire. That's fire. Someone check on Father.
Yeah, dog. All right, last one. This was like, yo, describe your parish life in ways that your parishioners wouldn't understand. My parish life is like Lent without Easter. Lots of sacrifice, unclear payoff, questionable pews.
Yo. For real, check on Father. Is he okay? Endless Lent is terrible.
Yo.
A little life of resurrection, sir.
Dog, for real. Oh, sure. Yay, man. It was a good show.
Always is.
You always pause. You're like, yeah.
Because when you say that, I immediately I want to say yes, but I also think about the things that we just heard, and I'm like, yeah, it's great, even though we're going through a rough patch in our marriage because I shot him. Like I can't unhear what I heard. Like that's how I live my life nowadays. When people come to me in the office and then it's like, yo, can I talk to you? And I'm like, yeah, sure, absolutely. An hour and 45 minutes later, I can't unhear what I just heard. And it's like, hey, how's your day going? It's good. God's still good. God's still good. That's the reality of it.
But you know what? We do this every single week. We love the people who love us.
Absolutely.
And we're sending them something, and they're giving a little bit of chuckle because life is already tough enough.
Yeah, and if you don't laugh, you cry.
And if you don't cry, you're in my office talking about, hey, how do I mentally work my way through this? I'm like, listen, that's not my business.
And so we would like to say thank you for telling somebody, and also specifically, thank you for telling us.
Facts. And for all of us here at Catholic Notebook Conspiracy Studios, we love you. You're very special.
Go forth and bear good fruit.
We out!
Father to Father is a production of Spirit Stream